Hi guys, welcome back with another video. Okay, so I have a little story to tell y'all. Well, first off, let me start off by saying this. You know how God is transforming your life when you start dressing differently. You're reading your word more, you're praying often, and you're receiving, prophetic gifts, or you're just seeing visions, you're seeing things in the spirit. When I got back with my focus on Christ, the one things I can see differently is that he transforms us. He transformed me. So how I know he transformed me is because I'm always going to the gym. I would wear these sweaters, and the sweaters would be tight, the leggings would be tight, but I never really received a conviction. I know as a woman of God, I should not be wearing tight clothing, but I just use the excuse, I'm married or whatever. I'm like, I don't really care about what these men think or whatever it may be. And it's not about caring what these men think or what they do, but it's not provoking people. Because what I noticed by doing that, is that how can I say this in the most gentlest way possible? Okay, some men out there that are in the world, and some that are even in Christ, watches pornography. So if they're watching pornography or they're struggling with that addiction, with that lustful spirit, why am I wearing these tight clothing? Why am I wearing this, revealing my body shape, or doing this? That's basically promoting their habit. And it's like everything. I'm noticing that God had revealed this to me too. And some of you are not going to like this conversation, but it must be had because I felt in my spirit to tell you guys this. But even while I'm watching TV and I'm seeing some of these commercials, it's like it's so easy for a man to look at a commercial of a body wash or a bikini, and these women are just naked. Let's be honest. It's easy to go on Instagram and just see naked women. It's like that's the enemy. That's what he wants to promote. He wants men to have access. He wants the world to normalize seeing naked women. He wants it to be normalized. He wants them to have access on seeing a naked woman. So when you see a woman of God and she's dressed modestly, to him that's foreign. He doesn't know how to deal with that. He doesn't like that. He probably doesn't even see that attractive. But that's not your problem. That's his problem. So why am I talking about this is because, again, God, when I started reading my Bible more and I started praying often, I'm realizing that, okay, I have to change, because when I'm going to the gym, I'm getting stronger and I'm building my lower body like very well. I told my husband, I'm going to start wearing your shirts to the gym. His shirts are big. That's because I don't like when men look at me when I go to the gym. Even though I'm a married woman, I still don't like the way I don't like that attention. I just want to go and work out. But it's like the more you grow older, the more you start to mature and realize that, you want to live right in the eyes of the Lord. And he becomes the one you want to please, not men, not your friends, not your family. It's all about him. He literally takes over your life in a great way. But I told him it would just make me comfortable wearing hoodies to cover my butt, to cover my, and that just makes me comfortable. So I started looking. It's hard for women to find like hoodies for the gym. And it's hard to find leggings that are not so tight. But I've been dealing with it. And even the shirts that he has, it doesn't even cover my butt fully. But I'm still trying to, I have big hoodies. That's why most of the videos you guys saw me in, and I was heading to the gym, it was mostly hoodies because that's what I've been wearing. And it's the cold season, so when it gets summer, I have to really figure that out, because how can women go to the gym comfortably as a woman of God and not be looked upon, not having men looking at her lustfully? So and that's a part of me wanting to, of course, have a home gym one day. But it's just things like that. And I know that I'm not the only woman that's battling that. And I know that there's some ladies out there who loves going to the gym and who's battling that also. So now I'm wearing big t-shirts. I don't care how it looks. I don't care. Or you could put a sweater around your waist. That helps too. But I just necessarily don't like that. I'd just rather wear a huge hoodie or a huge shirt. But the more modest you are, men does see you differently, okay, woman of God? So I just want you to know that. But that's just how God been transforming me on that aspect. But in this different ways that he may be transforming you. But one sign is that you stop pleasing others and you start pleasing him. It comes with following your spirit and not following your flesh. Like, I just want to please God and only God. I don't care if I don't care if my friends don't like it. I don't care if my family doesn't like it. I don't care who doesn't like it. And one way I started becoming bold also. So I started becoming really bold in my beliefs, whether they like it or not. Talking about how I don't celebrate holidays or this or that. You know, when you start walking with the Lord, you start becoming really bold and not caring what people think. Because when you think about it, the more you talk about what your beliefs in, and when God reveals the truth to you, you start becoming bold. So when you're telling that person, you're basically sowing a seed to them so that one day they will understand the truth. Not the lie that we've been told, but they will understand the truth. And then it may get watered one day and it may plant. So that's also how you can also preaching the gospel is not just always preaching on YouTube or preaching, but it's also sowing seeds about the truth of God, about the word, you know. It's about preaching the Bible, and it's about telling people, hey, you know, this may be revealing. Do you want to try something else? Or just any little seed can be planted, and that person could be closer to God. So don't underestimate what you do and who you talk to, or how you talk, or like your conversation. You may think that, oh, I didn't do no preaching, I didn't do anything, it was just advice. And don't underestimate that, because God is using you to plant that seed to that person that may actually needed to hear that. But again, so the more I started reading my word, I become isolated away from the world, and realizing how much I don't care for what the world thinks or what the world wants. And I started living how Christ sees me. Because in most of the things that we see and do that's worldly, is like the TVs. I put on Netflix the other day. I have not touched Netflix. All I go is on YouTube, because there's a lot of sermons on YouTube that I can watch, and I'm just happy with. When you go on Netflix, I used to watch this girly show called Sweet Magnolias. I think it's called Sweet Magnolias. I used to think it was fine before, like a couple of months ago. I would watch it. I did not see a problem with it. I'm trying to sit here and watch this and just see that as my time off, just to relax, just to do some, beauty treatments or facial. I'm watching the show, and then I'm like, I'm just like, my spirit is like, it cannot rest. My spirit will not rest. Even when I'm like, you know what, I'm going to take a break from the word and just watch a simple TV show. It will not rest. So I'm sitting here watching the show, and it's just promoting fornication. I'm like, dang, like I'm starting to see when God opens your eyes, it's always open. Now I cannot watch a simple TV show, and it's sad, but I'm also so happy about that, because why would I want to please this world? If my kids are watching something, I want to be able to give them the knowledge of the truth. So you cannot care. When you're walking with Christ, you cannot care what people think. You cannot care how they feel. You have to just abide by the Lord, because at the end of the day, he's the one you answer to. When you die, he's the one you answer to. Before I got married, and before I was really walking with Christ, I always see women come into the gym with like big t-shirts and like joggers. And I used to think that was weird. Like, why they're all these gym clothes, why they're wearing that? And I never really thought much of it, but I always looked at that as, okay, that's a little different. So now I'm absolutely doing the same things. As a woman of God and you're walking, you have to become an example of the generation that's gonna be after you. So whatever you do is basically how you carry yourself is basically what you're promoting. If you like dressing sexy and becoming a baddie, you're promoting a seductive spirit. You're promoting the spirit of Jezebel. If you're being modest, you're being feminine, but you're also being modest. So again, what you wear and how you carry yourself is what you're promoting. So I just been really into hoodies, like covering myself up, making sure I'm dressing modestly and appropriately, because we don't really see that often anymore. But I pray that you guys get some wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from this message, and I'll see you guys in the next video.